Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be a bookish get rid with me. It's something new. It's not something that I've done previously before. I don't believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, I just figured I love get ready with me's. I love bookish content. So why don't I combine both of those different types of content together? And I just chit chat over a few topics whilst I get ready to look like this. So you will see me, definitely. We're going to start from the beginning. So a bit of a jump scare, but I will see you at the end and I hope you guys enjoy. Bye guys. Okay guys, let's just get started. First of all, I'm going to grab a drink because I don't know how long this video is going to be. Hopefully it's not going to be too long, but I do love to ramble. So cheers. Now I don't have anywhere that I'm going today. I'm just going to be filming a video. So I guess we don't have to go all out with the makeup, but I had to put in context so that I could see the whole situation. So I figured I might as well do something. Do a little something, if that makes sense. So yeah, hi guys, how are you? I am okay, actually. It was just my birthday, actually. It's not even been a week. Tomorrow's going to be a week since I turned 22, which is a little bit crazy. I'm just colour correcting right now. Why is that crazy? I don't know. It just is. I think I've had a very good birthday celebration, I must admit, because I took the week off from work and I didn't really have I wasn't going away on holiday, because it's like you take a week off, you go away. No, well, that's a very privileged situation to even be in, to be honest, that you can afford to go away on a regular basis, do you know what I mean, in this cosy live that we live in. I think I'd been saving up my leave to go abroad, and I had no plans to go anywhere. So I thought, you know what, I might as well use it up. Also, luckily, my birthday is on the bank holiday week. And because of that, I got given 2 days off from work that week anyway. So I only had to take 3 days off. And then that would equal, I think, 9 days off in total for 3 days leave. So it was it would be silly not to, wouldn't it? So I did that. I took the 3 days and I've been off. Obviously, that means that when I go back, it's going to be a bit chaotic, a bit hectic, but especially at the start of a new month, but you know, that's what it is. Now that we've had a general catch up, I guess let's go into the bookish conversations. So yeah, talking about the new month, it is the start of June. Happy June, guys, which is Pride month, obviously, so there's going to be lots of Pride reading going on in a lot of people's TBRs. Now I personally try and read queer books throughout the year. Do you know what I mean? I try and take any time, especially since I've been doing my diverse romance reading. I've been finding that I've been reading quite a lot of queer romances this year. So I don't feel as strong of a motivation to read queer books this month, but obviously I will try and prioritize that where I can. Another thing is that it is Read Caribbean month, which someone on Instagram that I follow, I think she set it up a couple of years ago. So I'll try and see if I can squeeze in some Caribbean lit. I think predominantly I'm going to try and squeeze in Caribbean romances, or yeah, because the crime might be a bit gritty for me, and I don't know very many Caribbean mysteries that are written by Caribbean people, do you know what I mean? It's always people vacationing to the Caribbean, and that's just not necessarily the vibe that I want. I don't want to read about wealthy tourists, rich people, do you know what I mean? Talking about that, I do have one book on my shelves that is Rich People Go to the Caribbean, I believe. Paradise Can Be Murder. Yeah, I got this. This is part of the Goldsboro edition books. I got this. Gosh, this is a little bit showing. I should have a lot more Caribbean lit. So maybe I'll try and prioritize reading Caribbean lit this month. So if you have any recommendations for romances by Caribbean authors or crime books by Caribbean authors, I'd love that. I could read a non-fiction of Babylon, something Babylon. It's a really highly buzzed non-fiction released this year, which is to do with a Jamaican woman and Rastafarianism, I believe. Okay, so up next, in terms of my makeup, I think, as I said, I'm not really doing much today, so I'm kind of loath to put on a whole bunch of makeup, but I'm going to anyway, just for the vibes, because I am clearly seeing that my mouth wants to talk a lot more than my makeup is going to give me time to do. So yeah, talking about Caribbean lit quickly before I move off of the topic. I know I've got Yardies, so I'll try and read Yardies, which is a Jamaican, I don't even know if the author's Jamaican, but it's a Jamaican book. That's why it's called Yardies. I need to double check that. And yeah, I'll try and find some more. As for Caribbean crime, I know that there's a thing called Sunshine Noir. So you have Scandi Noir, Scandi crime, which is the Scandinavia. and like Sweden, Switzerland, all them kind of Nordic countries. Nordic noir, I think that's what it's called. And then the opposite is sunset noir. But the problem with that is, A, it's noir, which is a little bit dark for me, a little bit, you know, and second of all, sunset noir, it often includes like Australian fiction and stuff like that, and I'm like, you know what I mean, they just bunch together all of the hot climates, which I don't really love. But anyway, yeah, enough of that. If you have any recommendations, as I said, let me know. Also, if you have any queer books, I mean, I'm always open to more suggestions, because why not? Like, I don't know everything, but I will be keeping my eye out to see if anything catches my eye for what I want to read. Under Ice, Under Ice. Do I want to do a full beat? I'm really stuck in this decision. Like, do I do a full beat? Do I not do a full beat? Let me just spray my color corrector. Sorry, I'm trying not to get my eyelashes as wet as possible, because I got eyelash extensions for the first time. So I'm trying not to get them that wet. So now that we've spoken about Caribbean lit and queer lit, I have some other topics that I've written down. So I'm just trying to find them here. I thought I could just pick and choose. Oh, okay. So I'm thinking about doing 31 books in 31 days in June. 30 days has September, April, June. Oh, 30 days. 30 books in 30 days in June. I think Steph loves books. That's what her channel's called. If you guys are new here, I'm really sorry. I'm really terrible with names. If you're not new here, then you already know. And so I tried to do this in April, but because JD Ray Reads was doing it in April, but I only saw that she was doing it in April like 10 days in. So whilst I read a lot of books in April because I tried to like join in, it wasn't like the full challenge, whereas there's still time. Today's the 2nd of June when I'm filming this, and I've read 2 books. Oh, she's read 2 books. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes, because there are other things that I want to do in life. That actually blended out really nicely. I think it's this blender. As you can see, it's a new packet, but I'm really enjoying this blender. Talking about which way do I want to move on? Do I want to move on to JD Ray Reads, or do I want to move on to recent reads? We'll go on to JD Ray for now, and then I'll come back to recent reads. So JD Ray, the reason why I'm saying that is because she has recently released a video where she reads this book, Crucible of Chaos by Sebastian de Castell, and that is her favorite author, and she put me on. Like, I love Sebastian de Castell. He's one of my favorite authors, but I never would have discovered him if it wasn't for JD Ray Reads. And also, that might be a bit shocking because I'm not that much of a fantasy reader. I'm very much a crime, romance, non-fiction girly. But I love Spellslinger, his YA series. You know what I mean? I just love it. Kellen, I love it. Way of the Argosy, much love. So I say all of that to say, because I love Sebastian de Castell, but I love his YA stuff, I've now bought these 3 books. I bought all of the special editions of them because I love this author, but at the same time, it's like, I don't necessarily know if I love the adult. I did read the first book ages ago and I loved it when I did, but it's been such a long time that it's like I have to reread it, and I'm just so nervous because I'm less of a fantasy reader than I was back when I read the first one. I loved it. Just, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I used to read more fantasy then, and I don't anymore. So yeah, anyway, I say all that to say, she recently read it. I think she loved it. I didn't get to the end of the video because I think I fell asleep, so I've got to go back and finish watching that video. But it just made me think about anticipated releases, because whilst I have an excuse why I haven't read those 3, even though I kind of need to get to them at some point, there's another anticipated release that I haven't read yet. KJ Charles. KJ Charles is one of my favorite authors. Love of. It's like, when KJ Charles releases a book, I will read it. And that was just when they wrote queer romances. But now they're spreading their wings and they're going into mysteries, historical mysteries. And I'm like, babe, oh, they're at historical queer romances, I should have said. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, whoa, like, what's going on? Both of them, like Kate Sebastian. Do you know what Sebastian's, why I love so many Sebastians? Anyway, Kate Sebastian, who's another queer romance favorite author that I used to read, I don't know if they're starting to try and be a bit more commercial now with the We Could Be So Good, but I really enjoyed We Could Be So Good, so I'm happy for them. But yeah, so anyway, all of that to say that that is exactly in my wheelbag, like a favorite author moving into one of my favorite genres, it's like it should be an immediate 5-star, but I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Also, I don't have to pay for the book because it's on Scribd, so it's part of my subscription already. There's literally nothing, there's no reason why I shouldn't read it. So I completely understand where Jade is coming from in reading Sebastian de Castell, do you know what I mean? But anyway, moving on to an anticipated read that I did just read as it just came out, is Missing White Woman by Kelly Garrett. Now, I really like Kelly Garrett in terms of one of the books that I've read from them. Do you know what? They're not, I wouldn't class her as my favourite author, but I would class her as an author. Like, if Kelly Garrett comes out with a book, I'm going to pick it up. Quite simply. I will pick it up because it's like, yeah, do you know what I mean? Basically, what does it follow? It follows this woman who is in a relationship with this man. They've been together for 3 months, and then they decide to go on vacation. Oh, as they're on vacation, there's a missing white woman. Like, you know, on the news, whatever, she sees it on TikTok, all of that stuff. But, you know, she's just living her vacation life. It's like kind of on the peripheral of her life. But then one morning, she wakes up in this Airbnb, and she goes downstairs, and the missing white woman is dead in her house, and her boyfriend is nowhere to be seen. And it just kicks off from there. And you know what? It's actually a really good book. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 stars. I really like how Kelly Garrett, in these past 2 releases, Like a Sister and Missing White Woman, really focuses on relationships that aren't romantic. Because Like a Sister obviously follows on complicated sororal relationships, so like sister relationships. And this one, I would say, focuses a lot on complicated friendships, complicated female friendships as well. There's no hint of any sapphic relationship between the two. There are crime books recently that have come out, and it's like, whenever there's friendship, there's always something to do with romance. It's not a domestic thriller focusing on her and her boyfriend. I mean, it kind of is, but in the tone, it's not all about her romantic relationship. It's actually mainly focusing on her relationship with a friend. I won't go into who, what, why, but yeah, and I just love that. And that's another thing that will always make me come back to Kelly Garrett, the fact that Kelly Garrett loves that. Because as someone who is very much on the asexual spectrum, it's just like, is it always romance every day? She says, as a romance reader. I know, it's not that I don't like allo people relationship romances, but it's like, if I want to see allo people falling in love, I'll go and pick up a romance. I like the appreciation of our love. She highlights that, like, this relationship is just as important. This relationship is just as impactful, deep. The issues in this relationship are just as impactful as a broken romantic relationship. Do you know what I mean? If you don't, you don't. If you don't, it's actually my fault because I haven't really explained that very well, and I don't really want to do any more without spoiling this book. So anyway, I enjoyed it, but I did have to kind of like force myself to read it in quite big chunks because it is a bit thrillery, and I'm not that much of a thriller babe. So do you know what I mean? But it really straddles the line between a mystery. It's very slow paced. So maybe like a slow paced thriller. Maybe that's the best way. Like a Sister, I think, is more mystery. This has got a lot of social media aspects in it as well. I think the audiobook was well done. Like, they put a production in it, but it wasn't too much production. They had effects, but there wasn't too much effects. And I really appreciate that. Too much effects nowadays is too much. Sorry. It's like they're going too far with the audible effects. It's like, enough. Like, there's a reason why I want an unabridged audiobook, not an abridged audiobook. Anyway, so what we're gonna do now, I suppose we should do some blush. I am known to over blush, so maybe if I blush first and then put everything else on top, I won't over blush today. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't know how to stop when it comes to blush. Guys, I just started talking so much. I started doing my blush, I was chatting, you weren't even recording. I don't even know where you cut off. Basically, I said I'm going to put my blush on first because I have a tendency to over blush. The sun has just gone away, so the lighting has changed. A lot has happened. Then I started talking about my other recent read, The Key to Murder, which I was basically saying, why did I think this was a sapphic romance? It's not sapphic romance, lie. Why did I think this was a mystery, including a sapphic relationship? Because there were 2 women curled up, cutched up together on the cover, but it's actually a grandmother and a granddaughter. So far off the mark there. I mean, the cover is beautiful. The cover is so cute. I love the cover. Don't get me wrong. But I will say that they didn't really depict age very well in those 2 women. Do you know what I mean? That child does not look like a child. Like, this, the age of the child in the book is giving, I think they're in 2nd grade. That child does not look like they're a 2nd grade child, if you ask me. And then the grandmother is minimum 55. But this book is saying, that is a 65-year-old woman, 60-year-old woman. It's not believable. It is my fault because I could have read the synopsis. And one thing that I will say is that's on me, but I'm not mad at the book for it. So a lot of people are cussing off romances for having illustrated covers, and they're saying that young people are picking up romances because of it. And I say read the synopsis, which is a bit hypocritical coming from me. But the thing is, you don't hear me saying change up. The illustration style needs to be changed, blah 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 blah. I'm just saying faults on me, but also I really enjoyed this book regardless, because as I was just saying, I love it when a book shows a relationship that's not just romantic. So to see this granddaughter duo working together to solve this crime, to see their love, their bonds, I loved it so much. I loved it. To see for that to be the primary relationship in this book, I loved that. So I did enjoy it. Now, it's not going to be a favourite book, but I knew that when I was going into it. I just wanted something that was easy to read, and that's exactly what it was. It was easy to read, it was short, and that's it. That's kind of what I've been needing, can't lie. I think this has run out. This is gone, this is finished. That's what I've been needing for my books recently. For my crime books, I need them to be short, easy, simple, don't stress me out. Like, I don't know why, but you know what I mean? And why I enjoyed it was 4 stars. And I tell you what happened? I think I did before, but I don't think I have since I've started refilming. Basically, it follows this grandmother who is, let me put some contour on. I used this Old Revolution thing. I actually don't like what's happening in my eye here, from where it dried down too much on this eye, because it's not even. This is actually a bronzer, but it's quite deep, so it's warm. Ooh, it is warm, but I like a warm face, so I don't mind. I think a cool contour wouldn't work for me, but I'll try it one day for sure. We followed this woman who is a head librarian in this area. At the start of the book, her granddaughter is dumped on her from her daughter, and she's like, do you know what? It's a bit sus. You should really let me know before you dump my granddaughter on me. But at the same time, I love my granddaughter. One of the best things about having kids is to get grandchildren. So come stay with me over this period. So then we follow this precocious little girl and her grandmother, who's head librarian. And at the start of the book, someone ends up dead in the back room of the library. And so then she has to get involved because the police are doing what the police do best, and they aren't investigating. But the reason why they're not investigating properly in this book is because he's an old man. And in their opinion, he did what an old men do, which is die. Which is very just like, do you know what I mean? It's ageism, basically. It's ageism, pure and simple. And so the head librarian is like, no, I'm not having it. And her husband is an ex-forensic police officer, I guess, forensic investigator. I don't know, I can't remember the proper terminology for it right now. So she's like, I know what I'm talking about. The man was murdered. It doesn't matter if he's 15 or 75, the man was murdered. Right? So then they have to go about solving it. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it fair enough. It was exactly what I needed from this moment in time, which is I just needed something light, simple, easy, and that's exactly what it was. But it wasn't sapphic. So just know going into it, it's not going to have any sort of sapphic plot line. In fact, this woman is happily married to her husband. What can I say? Okay, so now that we've spoken about my recent reads, we've spoken about other topics, I also want to talk about a recent bookish pet peeve, which I did see in this book. This is when books describe white women as utterly average. When they describe a brunette woman as utterly average, it literally gets on my nerves. The book, like, and the thing is, they do it, they're not even trying to be like nasty. That's the worst part. They're literally like, oh yeah, and then there's this person and they are utterly average brown haired woman. And I'm like, this is disrespectful on so many levels. Like, this is disrespectful to the brunettes, to the white brunettes out there who were I don't know, I don't have the words to articulate why I find it so upsetting in books whenever it comes up, but it annoys me. Like, it feels very misogynistic towards the women. It feels like the book, women don't owe you pretty. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because they're just an average woman. Do you know what I mean? But they're like utterly average, and they proceed to cuss them out. They're like wearing dodgy clothing, blah 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 blah. Oh, but you know what I mean? And I'm just like, is it actually necessary? This woman is just living her life. Do you know what I mean? Women don't owe you pretty. That's what it's giving. I haven't read that book, but that's the vibe. So it's giving very much steeped in misogyny. But then also, it's giving a little bit of who decides what is average. The fact that we've centered this white brunette woman as the average is another thing that also kind of pisses me off a little bit. Anyway, I don't know. I can't really get into that because I don't have the words to articulate it. But it's just like, it feels offensive to multiple people for multiple different reasons. Anyway, I'll try to see if I can find an article that summarizes what I'm talking about. But maybe there isn't. Maybe it's just me and my own thoughts. But I just feel like, yeah, as I said, maybe it feeds into the women don't owe you pretty, misogyny, women judging other women. Like, it's just anti-feminist vibes. Like, oh my goodness, I just don't enjoy it. So I'm putting on setting powder now. I'm pretty much done with my makeup for the day. I need to put some, I just kind of put an old mascara tube through my eyebrows. I know I should probably do more with my eyebrows. People probably judge my eyebrows, but I literally couldn't care less. Why? Because I don't owe you pretty. I don't owe people pretty, period. So there. Oh, but she is. I don't owe it to you, but I am. I can't lie. It's giving stunning. What? It's giving stunning. Here's another thing. Why should I be modest? Why should I be modest? It's giving stunning. It's giving beauty. She's beauty and she's grace. She's Miss United States. I watched something the other day and she was like, am I braggadocious? She definitely didn't say it like this. But there was a woman and she's like, am I braggadocious? Or do you need to big yourself up more? And I thought, period poo, sister. Big yourself up every once in a while now, guys. Like, just look yourself in the mirror today and be like, do you know what? I am that girl. I am that girl. Or, you know, if you're not a girl, if you don't identify as a girl, I am that bitch. You know what I mean? Bitch as a gender neutral terminology. I am that bitch. Anyway, before I go, because I should probably quickly go. Well, actually, I'll get dressed. I'll show you my final form for the video I'm about to film. Oh, that's actually everything. That's actually all my topics. Oh, I covered it all. I thought I was gonna not cover everything, but I did. Because clearly she can chat a lot. Or did I just slow my makeup down to the point where I can say everything I wanted to say. Let's spray the face. I never even told you this is an e.l.f. setting spray. I used to use the MAC one, but it was expensive, and I thought, let me try and find a cheaper version. Okay. Also, I'm not doing anything with my eyelids because, as I said, she's literally doing nothing. I'm literally just filming a video. So anyway, I think that's fine. I think I'm happy. Right. So guys, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video so far. Please like and subscribe and join me. Let me do a shout out because I love a shout out because, as I said, my predominant activity in life is watching Booktube. I saw someone who said they're subscribed to at max, I think they said maximum 20, but I think they said they subscribed to like 8 Booktubers. I literally thought I'm subscribed to hundreds. Quite honestly, it's very chaotic in my subscription tab, but you know, who am I watching at the moment that I love? You know, there are people that I love all year round, but I'll shout out some recent faves. And I say recent faves, but a lot of times it's actually cyclical. Like, I'll fall off someone's content and then I'll come back to it. And I'm like, no, actually, I do actually really enjoy your content. So right now, I kind of need like soothing Booktube content. So I found that the regularity, you know what you're getting year in, year out of Becca and the Books. Oh, Becca and the Books weekly vlogs literally give me life for years. But I'm really enjoying that at the moment. Because, as I said, I think I know what to expect. It's comforting every time. I think she's going to post one soon because it's the end of the week, it's Sunday. So I'm excited for that. Jan Agaton, is that her name? I don't know. I'm really sorry. I'm not really sure because I wasn't really subscribed to this person. But I am now, and they have posted like Do Your Worst. I think it's a new series called Do Your Worst, where they read other fellow booktubers' worst books, but they think that they're gonna love them, I think is the vibe. And I think she's on episode 4. I've watched all 4. And from that, also Spicy Cat, from that video, I discovered Spicy Cat, who is another booktuber who I think reads monster romances, and I always need fellow monster romance readers at the moment. Okay, you're gonna witness the most madness. I've got this matte red lipstick but when I put it on, it literally looks horrible. It literally looks terrible. I know. I don't actually know who made this. Sleek makeup. I don't know when I bought this. It's probably expired, but let's not go into that. So I like, oh my god, look how run down this is. I need a sharpener. I have a sharpener right now. Because of how it is, and like my black skin and the red lips, I use this like black lip eyeshadow pencil. Eyeliner pencil even. So those are some new people. I might as well cut my lip open. Like, what the actual hell? Hold on, let me see if I can find a sharpener. No, guys, I couldn't actually use that. That was like running my lip over something, I don't know, like something really hard. It was horrible. Let's try this one. There we are. This is a Juvia's Place. One. Trust in the process. Trust in the process, guys. I swear down. I promise you, I will look good in 2 minutes time. We're getting closer. There we are. Yeah. Did I not tell you to have faith? You gotta have faith, the faith. You gotta have faith in the operation. You gotta have faith in the operation. So yeah, I think this is the final look. BRB. I'm gonna go put my wig on. I think I'm gonna change my earrings because I think I want to wear a bucket hat. So BRB, I'll come back. I also need to clean my hands. Am I the only person who gets their hands like super messy? But yeah, thank you guys for chatting. I will come back to you in a sec. Oh guys, I think I kind of slayed. What? Bucket hat. I'm not usually a bucket hat babe, but I figured I might as well. When you're in your house, you can do a lot of things, like wear a bucket hat that you've never worn before. I'm getting very much into my denim vibe. So yeah, but I think I kind of slayed. I think I may have slayed. Let me know what you guys think of my face. Let me know what you guys think of my face. Let me know if you want me to do this again, basically. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go and film another video, which I think I might post first. It's basically me tier ranking my January reads. And I basically just tell you what I've read, since I don't really do wrap-ups. So yeah, I might have posted it before, I might post it after, but whatever it is, I'll see you there. Bye guys.